At the end of the 2021 season, the college football playoffs are anticipated to be voted on to expand from 4 teams to 8 or 12 per the New York Times. While it might be fun to watch more football or see increased odds for your favorite team, it's my belief that we don't want to increase the playoffs because A, the controversy won't change with more teams. The level of dispute's going to remain. The current system still favors traditional conference of 5 teams. And 3, blowouts and huge point spreads and matchups past indicate that the committee has failed to produce good games. All in all, an expanded playoff would take away meaning from the regular season. While choice to vote on expansion isn't left to me or even you, let me further elaborate as to why a fan of football should be opposed to this expansion. Every Monday, beginning at the end of October, the college football playoff rankings come out. And on Tuesday, fans gather around water coolers and bark about their results. Adding teams won't change this scene. 1998 through 2013 were the 16 seasons in which the BCS was in place. An unbiased computer program selected championship game contenders based on strength of schedules and a series of other meaningful and calculated stats. 13 out of those 16 seasons, the AP 2 top 10 teams faced off, meaning they got it right to say. In 2014, we switched to the college football playoffs with a committee approach with 4 teams decided by a group of team presidents and conference chairs. It appears that this switch empowers larger market to continue to hold the power. We didn't have much room to argue the computer system. We do have room to argue the committee. There's extreme questions of bias as it's made up of program heads. Ultimately, we shouldn't be expanding an already flawed system. Speaking of my previous point, the current system favors traditional, large market Power 5 teams. Because of the bias of the committee, as well as the potential money to be made in hotbed regional markets they hope to tap. SEC viewership versus MAC viewership. In the 2016 MAC championship game between OU and Western Michigan, there were 1.36 million viewers per Sports Media Watch. This was the most in a MAC game. Meanwhile, the average viewership for the weekly SEC on CBS late game slot is approximately 7 million viewers per game per Sports Media Watch. In its highest game of importance, the MAC can't keep up with the SEC. This isn't necessarily a surprise, but it's a testament that smaller conferences aren't tapping the same markets, and it's proof that money talks. I asked my peers if any watch college football regularly. I was met with crickets, and frankly, I can't blame you. In 15 and 16 season, Bama beat MSU 38-0. At the conclusion of the 16-17 season, Clemson beat OSU 31-0. 18-19 season, Clemson does it again, beating Notre Dame 30-3. These are all results of semifinal games at the end of the season. So these are supposed to be, the best of the best. Only 2 championships in the college football playoff era have been decided by margins of less than 7 points. We're not getting good games. The bowl standard is 6 wins. It's a clear indication that the priority is raking in big money matchups, not good football matchups. Finally, I believe if not anything else, further expanding the playoffs reduces the meaning of the regular season. The regular season has already been curbed by the 6-win bowl standard. A team can go 500 and go to a bowl game, which is supposed to be the pinnacle of a good season. Because the system favors the Power 5 programs, what's the point of major conference matchups when potentially both teams still get into the playoffs regardless of outcome? Should Georgia make the playoffs? Alabama, Michigan State, Oregon, Ohio State, UC, where does it stop? I don't know. These were the top 6 ranked teams according to the College Football Playoff's first ranking of the season. UC, who is number 2 ranked in the AP poll, is 6 in the College Football Playoff poll, which is the biggest differential in college football playoff history. Again, showing the preference towards the Power 5 programs and the hesitancy to put smaller market programs into the money slot. In the end, this isn't the right system as a viewer searching for competitive football, which is why the college football playoffs should not be expanded.